You knew this was going to happen at some point. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been, I feel, the most trusted authority throughout this crisis, and the one guy you could kind of depend on to tell you what was what. But he had to walk back some claims that he made on CNN over the weekend. Watch the clip.
You could logically say that if you had a process that was ongoing and you started mitigation earlier, you could have saved lives. Obviously, no one is going to deny that. But you're right. I mean, obviously, if we had right from the very beginning shut everything down, it may have been a little bit different. But there was a lot of pushback about shutting things down back then.
Where did that pushback come from?
No, it wasn't. And that was the wrong choice of words. You know what it was? When people discuss, not necessarily in front of the president, when people discuss, they say, well, you know, this is going to have maybe a harmful effect on this or on that. So it was a poor choice of words.
Well, you know, we've said it before in Hot Topics, but you say this might be more proof that his days are numbered. Sonny, why do you say that?
Well, this is the point that I was going to make in the last segment, Whoopi. You know, I think this is why we saw the tenor change with the press. Because, again, the press is holding these folks to account. And I think we all were very impressed so far with Dr. Fauci's leadership in terms of this pandemic. And I think when we saw this backtracking from him, it was very disappointing. I think his first response to Chris Wallace over the weekend, his responses to Jake Tapper were the accurate responses. He was saying, had we pulled back earlier, had we practiced social distancing earlier, we may have saved lives. However, because of the backlash that he got, all of a sudden he was backtracking, probably so that he could stay on the front lines, probably so he could keep his job and help the American people. But that does deserve some pushback, because you cannot do that just so that this king president won't fire you. You know, it's disingenuous. Right.
So, Joy,
at best.
Should Dr. Fauci start sending his resume around? I mean, do you think he's going to get canned also?
You know, I don't really think that Trump would do that. I know that Trump is ignorant, but he's not stupid. And he's smart enough to know that if he fires Fauci, Fauci will be on other networks really blasting him. Right now, he's kind of sort of semi-controlled, sort of spinning it a little. Well, everybody kind of made mistakes and blah, blah, blah. But when he's out there on his own, he's going to really spill the beans, or as they say, spill the tea. He'll be talking about how he was golfing all through February and wasn't paying attention and is only worried about getting reelected. And people will be questioning Fauci, and Fauci can't tell a lie. He's incapable of lying, the man. Right. So I say he will never fire Fauci.
What about you, Megan? How do you feel? You think it's a sign that Fauci's on thin ice?
No, I think that's something that's being created by the media. I think that he is absolutely integral, and I think the American public would just mutiny on several different levels because, again, he is someone that even on this show we all collectively are in agreement that he's someone that can be trusted. His reputation, I mean, he has a career that goes back 40 years, if not longer, and he has ushered this country through many medical crises. So I just think that the idea that he's somehow not going to be there, and I also think the implication that he's somehow kowtowing to this administration, I've seen nothing but bravery in him on many different levels and speaking the truth when President Trump doesn't like it. So I don't think it's an option for him to be gone or to be fired. And I also think it's just, I think it would be the last straw for a lot of people on both sides, quite frankly.